Hello everyone, it's Nicole. Today I wanted to talk about problems and our reactions to them. Everybody has to face problems, sometimes daily, a couple times a day, but what matters is what our reaction is to our problem. There are big problems and there's small problems, and we need to decide if the problem is big. Maybe it's a middle-sized one or a small problem, and then we need to match our reaction to the problem. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we're going to talk about what is a big problem and what might be a small problem. All right, oops. So, like I said, we have big and we have small problems, and sometimes we have ones that are kind of in between. Help! I have a problem. I need your help. I need your help to figure out, is it a big problem or is it a small problem? And then how do I react to it? I'm hoping this will help. What's the problem? And how do I react? Well, let's talk about it. There are three kinds of problems, like I said. There are small problems, medium problems, and then there are big problems. So right here, I just have to move my little, there we go. Sorry about that. Right here, you can see it says small problems. These problems are things that I can solve by myself. I don't need to have a big reaction. I might feel a little worried, possibly annoyed. I might feel a little bit sad, but it's a small problem. That means that my reaction should be small. An example might be that my pencil broke. Now, the right reaction would be, bummer, I better go get a different pencil, or I better sharpen my pencil, right? A wrong reaction would be, oh my goodness, my pencil is broken. What am I gonna do? That would not be the appropriate reaction. And then sometimes you have those in-between kind of medium problems where someone needs to help you, but it doesn't necessarily have to be another adult. It could be a peer that could help you. You might feel a little worried. You might be frustrated, confused, maybe sad. You might be a little mad. And your reaction is kind of in between. A little bit more than what I did for small, but not as big as the big problems. And then we have big problems. These are the ones where you need an adult or somebody else to help you solve them. You might feel scared, you might be hurt, you might be upset, or you might be worried. A big problem could be that somebody is sick. You just saw your friend in the hallway and they are throwing up. That would be a big problem. You need to go and find somebody to help them. So I have a short video and I want you to watch this, and I want you to decide if you think the reaction that was given was appropriate.
Did you see who parked here? Who parked here? Who parked here? This is my spot. P-R-I-N-C-A-P-A-L. This is my spot.
Turn off that camera phone.
Who parked here? Watch it, Missy. Confiscated. What did I say about that rainbow sweater? This is not Casual Friday, Pam. It is not Casual Friday. You're in trouble. You're in big trouble, Zach. Big trouble. No hats. Yeah, look at the wall. Look at the wall. I want my coffee.
Yes, sir.
Get my coffee, Pam.
Getting it now, sir.
Now. Why not before? I don't hear you walking. Good morning, students. This is Principal Wilson speaking. The junior high book drive is this Sunday. Don't forget about it. And one more thing. Whichever faculty member parked in my spot. It's a red hatchback. It's my spot! That's my spot! And there's a sign that very clearly reads Principal Wilson. I'm Principal Wilson! I'm Principal Wilson! I'm Principal Wilson! And if you are not Principal Wilson, you have not earned it! It is not your spot! Not your spot! You move that car right now, or it will be towed! Don't you think I don't know what you're saying behind my back, people? Because I hear every word, I hear every whisper. Oh, yes, I do! You don't think that I've earned my degree here? You think that I don't do anything? Well, guess what, people? Guess what? I earned a plaque in 1994 and ranked Teacher of the Year! Teacher of the Year! And someone's been stealing my stapler! And then putting it back where it belongs. Someone is stealing my pencils from around the world, and I don't like it. You move that car right now, or it will be towed. It will be towed. Don't have a.
Yikes. Well, so we have a principal who is having a hard day. What do you think? Was that an appropriate way to react? Let's figure it out. What did we see? Excuse me. Is it a big problem? I don't know. What did we see in that video? A car was parked in the principal's spot. Yep, that would be annoying, wouldn't it? The principal kicked the car that was parked there. I don't know. I don't know if that would be appropriate. The principal was yelling at everyone. Did you see him? He was walking through the halls. He got to his office. He yelled at his admin assistant. He yelled at the kids. Then he climbed on top of his desk. Did you notice the faces of the students? They couldn't believe it. They were almost a little scared. And then all those students who gathered outside his office, they just stared at him. They couldn't believe it. Based on that information, do you think that was an appropriate way to react? I hope you came up with no. That was not a big problem. It really wasn't. That reaction was not appropriate. So I want you to take a look at this picture right here, okay? And it talks about size of problem needs to be equal to the size of my reaction. Where do you think the principal's problem, someone parked in his spot, would fall on this thermometer? Would it be a small problem? He's a little worried, maybe a little annoyed. Or could this one be maybe a medium problem? He's really frustrated. He kind of needs somebody else to help solve the problem, right? He needs somebody else because he needs the other person to move their vehicle. It definitely was not a big problem. I'd say it was somewhere between a small and a medium problem. So here's that thermometer again in a big size. Now, I want you to think, when you have a problem, think about this. Is it a small one? I can solve it myself. A medium one, someone needs to help me, but it's not too bad. Or a big one. it needs to be solved by somebody else. Now it's your turn. I want you to think about this. I'm going to give you some examples, and I want you to tell me what you think. Well, you can't really tell me, can you? I want you to think about it and figure out which size problem do you think it is. Your video game level was deleted. Was that a small problem, a medium problem, or a big problem? If we go back to slide 10, your video game was deleted. Small, medium, or big? I'd say that's a small problem. You might be annoyed by it, but it's definitely not a big problem where you have to throw a fit. Your best friend moves away to another state. Wow, that would make me sad. I would say that's probably a medium problem. It makes me pretty sad. I can't really solve that on my own, but maybe with the help of your best friend, the two of you can figure out a way to keep in contact. A house in the neighborhood is on fire. I hope you came up with, that's a big problem. We need to call the fire department and get help. We can't solve that one. You were at work and you were just assigned a work task, and you have a partner, and it's someone you don't like very well. Is that a small problem, a medium problem, or a big problem? I don't think it's a big problem. It could be a small problem. And how do you solve it yourself? Well, you have to remember, sometimes you have to work with people you don't like. So you just do your best and you keep working. That would be a small problem. You're not first in line. Some people get so upset. They make it a big problem. But really, you're not first in line is really a really small problem. Your friend has fallen and they've hurt their leg. Can you solve that on your own? Or do you need help? Yeah, you need help. That's a big problem. So the next time you face a problem, I want you to stop and think. How should I react? Is this a big, medium, or a small problem? Only you can decide. So remember to stop and think. Thanks for listening. Bye.